going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome in, everybody. The nightcap final game, winner-take-all championship series in the district between your Lawrence County Lady Cats and the Lady Tigerettes of Marshall County. This is game number 3 so far of the night for your Lady Cats. They won the first one in amazing style with a 3-run bomb by Giselle Maldonado to win against Tullahoma to clinch a spot in the regional playoffs, something they haven't done since 2017. And then they took game 1 of the championship series 4-2. And now here we are, winner-take-all, game 3 against Marshall County. Lady Cats not only looking to clinch a region tonight, but clinch a district championship. First pitch of the game is upstairs for a ball, and that is getting us started here. The nightcap, or as I like to tell Hayden, Pac-12 after dark, if the Pac-12 still existed.
Hey, 2 teams, baby. That's all you need.
Pac-2, the Tupac. That pitch is fouled at the plate, 1-1. Sports fans, football fans should know exactly what we're talking about. Some crazy games happening at night.
And going into the morning sometimes.
Going into the morning sometimes, too. First pitch of the game did occur at 8:50. Pitch misses outside for a ball, 2-1. Defensive alignment here for your Lady Cats. I say defensive alignment. I need to redo what I did on the score sheet. Liner over to Laney Cape. No way that she can throw out the base runner on that one. I forgot that the you flip home and away. So the game I have set up as the Lady Cats batting first. Let me see if I can finagle things. That pitch is in there for a strike.
1-1 count. Probably the exact same lineup for Marshall County, I would say. Might see a different pitcher.
It was a different pitcher for Marshall County. So I might have to just redo the game here. That pitch fouled off. One-two, chopper. That's going to get through into left field. That's going to be 2 on with nobody out here to start things off here in the top of the first for Marshall County.
Show bunt here, Stewart.
Bunt is taken and it is in there for a strike.
Taylor was almost halfway to third before she finally retreated back to second.
So this is Stewart at the plate. No outs, 0-1 count. That's in there for a strike.
Got to get ahead, which she's doing right now, way ahead, 0-2.
Pitch. Swung on. Over to the first baseman. Frake steps on first for the force out. That's the first out, but runners do advance.
Need a strikeout here, but yeah, that'd be preferable. Because if anything's in play, Taylor's going to easily make her way from third to first.
Oh, for sure.
To home, excuse me. So that's
bunted foul. Elizabeth Hagan ready, winds, and delivers the 0-1. That's going to be in there for a ball.
And Maddie and Reagan, they were right on top of that. They were ready to go if that was a bunt laid down.
Here's the 1-1. That's going to be outside, 2-1. That is going to be bunted foul.
So now it's 2-2.
Chopper back over to the pitcher, throw to first in time, throw home. There's going to be a play, possibly, and safe.
Yep, right call.
So 1-3 on the putout, but that does advance Taylor across the plate and over to third goes Mason.
It's early.
It is very early, just like what we had the first game.
At Tullahoma, yep. They scored 2-0. So.
That pitch is in there for a strike. All 1 to Weiser.
popped up.
It's popped up. Over there is Bella Grace, but called off by Lily Lloyd out there in center field, and things are done here in the top of the first inning. 1 run across, so for Marshall County. Lady Cats coming up next. You're watching Lady Cats softball here on the Exports Network.
Volco Auto Supply in Lawrenceburg has a legacy of being a family-owned and operated company. Since 1927, our business has grown and evolved into today's one-stop source for all your automotive supplies. But in that time, one thing has stayed the same, and that's our commitment to our customers and their needs. At Volco Auto Supply, you'll find everything for your car, truck, or even fleet of vehicles, but with good old-fashioned customer service the way it needs to be. That's Volco Auto Supply, 416 Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg. Visit VolcoAuto.com.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Exports Network. Got things situated here on my lineup side and everything. Sorry about that. Starting lineup for your Lady Cats this evening. Starting off will be Maddie Dollar. She's playing third. Lainey Kate King batting second. She is playing at short. Batting third is the catcher Giselle Maldonado. Batting fourth and pitching Elizabeth Hagan. Batting fifth, the designated player tonight, Ashlyn Sublett. Batting sixth is Callie Brown over in left field. Batting seventh is Reagan Frakes at first. Batting eighth is Libby Burks in right. And batting ninth is Lily Lloyd in center field. And over at second base, the flex player is Bella Grace Walker. Here is Maddie Dollar coming to the plate to get things started for the Lady Cats. First pitch to her is going to be outside for a ball.
This is seems like a tight
strike
zone. There we go. I'll finally get it. It's been a long day.
It's 9 o'clock. I'll forgive you. I agree with that. Your defensive alignment for Marshall County as that pitch is in there for a strike.
A little bit
Ketchum, go ahead.
I said just a little bit different. That's all I was saying.
It is just a little different. Ketchum is pitching. Behind the plate is Stewart. Around the horn from third to first, Davis, Weiser, Walls, and Cole. And from left to right is Mason, Taylor, and Perryman. 1-2 pitch now upcoming for Ketchum. Just outside, 2-2. Popped up
that's gonna
out towards second. That's going to be safe. That's I tell you, I don't know how many times I've said this tonight and throughout the season. Maddie Dollar just finds these holes somewhere. Finds a way on. And she is on once again with the infield single. Perfectly placed ball. Second baseman Walls could not do anything with it. So Maddie is on base now, and that will bring up the shortstop, Lainey Kate. Bunted back to the pitcher. Throw to the first for the covering second baseman is in time.
She did her job. All right, Taylor, what are we calling?
I would love to have a 2-run homer to take a lead right here, Hayden.
All right. This happens. I'm going to the gas station.
First pitch to Maldonado. In there for a strike, 0-1. A 1 pitch. That's going to be slap foul.
She kind of looked like she was unsure of that one.
So now Maldonado will have to fight off any pitches here with 2 strikes. 1 out. $90 over there at second base, representing the tying run. Just outside. Ketchum winds in the 1-2. Is in there, called strike 3. Maldonado goes down on strikes. I'll bring up the pitcher, Elizabeth Hagan. She helped herself out the last couple of games. Let's see if she can do the same thing here and bring in that tying run over there at second base. Downstairs, 1-0. Hayden got a score update from Lawrence County Baseball. As I heard you said it was 4-4.
Last time I saw it was 4-4. Let me go find it here.
That misses outside, 2-0.
(6-4) Lawrence County, it looks like, and I can't tell what inning it is. So.
Hopefully that score holds. That pitch is in there for a strike. That'll bring the count to 2-1.
So, again, Lawrence County, they got to win the first two to host a sub-state game. That's just baseball.
Baseball's in regions. That pitch misses outside. Lawrence County softball did clinch the regional spot in the game against Tullahoma tonight, but they're looking for more here, trying to clinch a district championship and being able to host their region matchup. Swung foul.
They saw what she did the first time she was at bat last game. Well, we weren't sure, but Ricky Frakes made sure we all knew.
That he did.
Yeah. He raised that ball up and said, well, I'm behind the fence and I've got it.
And I've got it, so therefore it must be a home run. Maybe she can do something similar. Take a lead. 3-2 pitch. That's going to be down for a ball. She'll make her way down to first base. I'll bring up the designated player, Ashlyn Sublett. And we're going to have a pinch runner. It looks like it's going to be Sarah Morrison once again over there at first base. So Morrison at first, Dollar over there at second. She represents the tying run. Morrison will represent the go-ahead run here in the bottom of the first.
Well, Lawrence County, they've done their damage today on 2 outs. So let's see what they can do here.
Outside, 1-0. Upstairs, she wanted it, yep. Wanted it, but held back, 2-0.
Good eye.
Head coach Charlie Lloyd giving directions, what play call is going on here. Let's see what they have going on here with 2 outs. Outside, 3-0.
Yep. All right, 3-0.
Ketchum finding it hard to get a pitch in the strike zone right now. So she's in danger of walking another batter and getting the bases loaded here with 2 outs, and that would bring up the left fielder, Callie Brown. That is in there for a strike, 3-1. Winner-take-all ball game here at Reese Hambrick Field in Lewisburg. Swung on, popped up.
Underneath it.
Underneath it is the right fielder, but that's going to be a tough play and misplayed. Tying run crosses. Here comes a go-ahead run. Play at the plate. Safe. 2-1, Lady Cats. As soon as the right fielder.
She came up just a little too far. I thought she was underneath it because it was popped up, and I'm thinking, okay, we're going to be heading to the top of the second. But, hey, misplaced it, and that cost them. Now Lawrence County takes the lead.
Perryman had it, and as soon as she kind of turned, it looked like there was some trouble.
Yeah.
And
Of course, I mean, it's real. It's not, I wouldn't say foggy, but just kind of real, just outside.
I wonder.
I guess is how I'd say it.
I didn't think that Ashland hit that really high, but I wonder if it got up to the point where
Just lost it in
it
the
kind
sky.
of lost it, and then right when you were able to find it again, it was too late.
Of course, I mean, it is pretty dark out there in the outfield.
Now 0-2 count to Callie.
So
Lady Cats, 2 runs here in the bottom of the first. And they lead things. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2.
well, she thought about it too. Kelly wanted it.
Mm-hmm. We've had quite a few mishaps out there in the field from both teams these past couple of games. There's a dribbler over to the first baseman, Cole. She steps on the bag, and that ends things here in the bottom of the first. Productive inning for the Lady Cats. They now lead it 2-1. We're heading to the top of the second. Marshall County Tigerettes are coming back up. You're watching Lady Cat softball here on the X Sports Network.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tenneke Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tenneke Properties, licensed and insured. Call today or visit Tenneke.com.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network. Taylor Plott here alongside Hayden Burks. We're heading to the top of the second inning. 2-1's your score in favor of the Lady Cats.
Where are we in the lineup, Taylor? 6, 7, 8?
It is going to be 7, 8, 9.
7, 8, 9, okay.
For the Lady Cats.
Well, you want to get through.
Or you mean for Marshall County? Marshall County is 6, 7, 8.
Excuse me. So, okay.
Yeah, they are 6, 7, 8.
I knew we were getting close.
First pitch misses to Cole.
You want to try to get through the top of the second and try not to get to that top of the lineup again until the third. Try to get 3 outs.
In there for a strike. They'll even things up to 1 apiece.
Hagen, she's got a one run insurance on her back, but just got to do what you can on the mound and stay ahead in the count.
1-1 pitch, swung on. That's going to get up the middle for a
through.
single. Good piece of hitting there
Gets
by
away from
Cole.
Lloyd.
Ball gets away from Lily Lloyd out in center, but no advance on the runner. So it will just be a single to start things off for Marshall County here at the top of the second. Now I'll bring up the designated player, Ridley.
Time to run over at first now. We'll have a runner here, courtesy. Sure that is for Marshall County. I can't really tell the number.
So Ridley at the plate here with nobody out, runner at first. First pitch to her, throw back to first, not in time though. First pitch is in there for a ball. Got another car that's pulled up into right center field. Lights are on. We'll see if the umpire calls a delay for a moment. It looks like he might not even notice that it's out there.
Yep, there we go.
There he goes. That's 2-0. Let's see how long this one takes out there. We're about 10 seconds in. Still out there.
Yeah.
Second base umpire is making his way out to confront.
And some of the fans out there telling them.
Yep, to confront the
There we go.
violators, and there it goes. You know, there's so much lighting out here. It's like you don't even need your lights when you pull out to the outfield. 2-0 is in there for a strike, 2-1. Hagan ready in the 2-1. Downstairs, 3-1. After Cole will be Ketchum. 3-1. Swung on a miss. Full count. Swung on. That's going to go foul. Just so close to having a rope down the left field line. Hagan got away with one there. 3-2 pitch again. Here it is. Swung on. There is that line drive down the left field line. That's only could advance the runners up by one base. Throw gets away, but is backed up by Hagan. So another single. Back-to-back singles to start things off here in the second. And that will bring up the pitcher, Ketchum. And we will have a courtesy runner over at first base.
Lawrence County, they're going to have to do what they did in the first game against Marshall County and get out of jams.
I can't tell who that is over there at first base.
She's got her number 15.
It looks like 15. I don't have her in my iPad, so I have to add her at some point. Swung on foul. I will tell you with their lineup, though, who that is. As number 15, that's Jet over there at first base. Oh, 1. Ball gets away. That's going to allow the runners to advance. And that ball gets through the legs of Maddie Dollar, and that's going to allow the tying run to score. Miscues, miscues, miscues. They will kill you, especially in games like this.
Still is early, though, so nothing to panic and fall apart with that.
Exactly. So just kind of
reset
here.
Get this out in time. That's fine.
Out over at first base. Good play over there. I'll bring up Caroline Perryman. So Jet is now over there at third base. 1 out, 2-2 ball game now. Maddie Dollar and Frakes playing in for the bunt, and that bunt is fouled. Frakes, 0-1 pitch. Upstairs, 1-1. Here comes the 1-1 bunt shown. And it's taken back, and that is a ball. They'll bring the count to 2-1. Perryman looking to get the Tigerettes to lead. That is in there for a strike, 2-2. Elizabeth Wines, 2-2 pitch. Swung on over to Frakes. Pick up, actually will tag. Tag, no.
She tagged her.
She tagged her and then dropped it. I'm not sure about that one. It looks like head coach Charlie Lloyd's not going to really argue about it.
Well, that's one of the tough ones.
That's a tough call over there. From our vantage point, it looked like she tagged and then lost the ball.
Yeah.
Which should be an out. But that's not what the call is.
Nobody really seems to be arguing.
Nobody seems to be arguing, so they seem to be fine with it. 3-2 is your score now in favor of Marshall County. That pitch is up and in for a ball. Still one out here. This will be Taylor at the plate. One-0 pitch. Swung on. Good play over there by Laney Kate. Throw to second for the force out is in time. That's the second out of the inning.
Got the lead runner.
Batting now for the Marshall County Tigerettes, it's number 10, Madison Mason.
I'll bring up Madison Mason. She is 1 for 1 with the single. That pitch gets behind her, and that will allow Taylor to make her way to second. I tell you what, she is one of the fastest players I've seen play.
Hey, good awareness, though, by Giselle, because she knew that there was no chance she was going to get over at second. She immediately shot up and was looking for third. Because if Taylor would have rounded for third, they probably would have got her.
Probably. It's a great heads-up play there, like Hayden said. 1-0 is your count. 3-2 your score now in favor of Marshall County. That pitch misses for a ball. Throw down to third.
Got her.
Big third out there. Great play by Maldonado to throw it down, and Laney Kate got her out. That ends things here in the top of the second. 2 spot on the board, though, for Marshall County. They lead 3-2. You're watching Lady Cat Softball here on the Exports Network.
Are you looking for a job where you can easily balance work and home life? By becoming a local driver with Southeast Carriers, we can guarantee multiple benefits and a base pay starting at $17 per hour, along with a work-life balance so you can spend equal time on the road as with family. We also provide the latest updated equipment and technology to make your job as easy as possible. Southeast Carriers isn't just a company, it's a family, and we would love for you to be a part of it. For more information, visit our website at southeastcarriers.com or check us out on Instagram and Facebook.
At Smith Tax and Business Service, we offer many services. Along with personal income tax prep, we also offer tax preparation for corporations and partnerships. If you're a small business and looking for some extra help, give us a shout and we'll get you fixed up. Call Mary Beth Smith, Marion Matthews, Brooklyn Bates, or Michelle Staggs to find out how we can help you. Located at 208 Pulaski Street, phone 931-244-6633.
Welcome back to the Exports Network. Alongside Hayden Burks, I'm Taylor Plott. We're heading to the bottom of the second inning here. Winner-take-all matchup between the Marshall County Tigerettes and your Lawrence County Lady Cats. Lady Cats came into this day needing one win to clinch a regional spot. They did that by beating Tullahoma in some dramatic fashion. And then they took game one of the championship matchup here at Marshall County, and that forces this game 3 of the night winner take all. not only a district championship on the line, but also, like Hayden had mentioned before, you win this one, you get to host your region matchup.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big spot here.
Reagan Frakes is up to the plate here for the Lady Cats. 7, 8, 9 spots in the lineup. That first pitch is in there for a strike. That pitch bounces in there for a ball. I guess you can kind of look at it this way, especially with the way the season's been for the Lady Cats. You know, obviously you want to win a district championship, but your goal for the day was obviously win that first game, win the first one. But now at this point, it's like anything extra is just icing on the cake for this night and this season. Swung on, driven,
Boys, that's
deep
gone.
into right center field. That's going to one-hop the fence, throw into second. There might be a play here, and there is, but nope. They said that she did not drop it, and Frakes is thrown out at second base trying to extend it into a double. So that will go down as a single, and then out on the throw on a 9-6, I believe is how it went.
We got some more headlights in center field.
Yep. That one's a little obscured by the kind of mesh banner out there in center field. That pitch misses for a ball. I'm not sure the umpire will call time for that or not.
Oh, they're backing up, it looks like.
They are, yep, and they're turning now. That is in there for a strike, 1-1 to Libby Burks. Libby's had a good night so far in these 2 games. Let's see if she can extend that here into game 3. Swung on, fouled.
On top of it.
One, 2. Upstairs, 2-2. Oh, man, that was
roped.
Right down that left field line, but foul. So here's a question for you. So we've already kind of thrown out there, late matchup here. We, tease around, Pac-12 after dark. Well, the thing is, with those type of games, crazy things usually happen.
Mm-hmm.
So at what point in this ball game do you think some of that crazy stuff is going to happen?
6th inning.
6 innings. At that point, you're going to be beyond the 10 o'clock time frame. So that's probably when things could start to happen.
Hanging in there.
Libby is fighting. Two. That's floated, man. She wanted that one, but did not offer. That will bring the count
Everybody
full.
was holding their breath on that one.
And Libby, she's pretty tall, so that one I know was pretty tempting.
I literally heard from our home stands a big moment.
Well, we got a beach ball that came into right field.
It was Hawaiian night here in Marshall County.
It's a good energy tonight, I will say that. It's been a fairly enjoyable night so far.
Staying alive.
So Libby staying alive here with another 3-2 count, 1 out. You would like for her to either walk or get a hit, find a way on base. I'll bring up Lily Lloyd. Swung on. That's going to get caught out there, just floated a little much. That's caught by Weiser out there at short. So now 2 outs, nobody on, and that will bring up the center fielder, Lily Lloyd. I tell you what, Hayden, Lily has been fantastic out there in the outfield. There's been several plays that, I mean, if she didn't range to get those balls out there, it's just a completely different story tonight.
Yeah, exactly. She's made plays tonight, Taylor, that where if she don't make those plays, they might not be in the situation they are right now.
You're probably losing that first game to Tullahoma. There was one in particular, I think it was like the fifth or sixth inning, one of those where you had some runners on, and that she caught it for the third out, but it was a range reaching out to catch it. And if she did not, that ball would have gotten to the fence and at least 2 runs scored. And, yeah, you're right. You're probably looking at a different situation where we're not here in this game. 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. They'll bring the count to 2-1. Ketchum winds, 2-1. Bunted, back to Ketchum. Throw to first. With the covering second baseman, Walls is in time. And that ends things here in the bottom of the second. Some unfortunate circumstances there in the bottom of the second, but still with a 3-2 lead as Marshall County as we head to the top of the third. Game still very much in reach between both teams. You're watching Lawrence County Softball here on the X Sports Network. And welcome back to the X Sports Network alongside Hayden Burks. I'm Taylor Plott. We're heading to the top of the third inning here. Marshall County, the visiting team in this game, since we are in game 2, so you're just going to do a flip since Lawrence County was the visiting team the last game. 3-2 in favor of the Lady Tigerettes right now. But Hayden, so far this game still feels like it's anybody's game.
Yeah, it's...
I know the score shows it, but it does have that feel. So we might not be done with the back and forth. Pitch inside for a ball. It started off back and forth.
Yeah.
1 run in the top of the first, then 2 runs for the Lady Cats in the bottom.
Every game's been different. Every game's going to be different.
That pitch misses 2-0. Marshall, like I said, 1 run in the top of the first. Lady Cats answered, took the lead in the bottom of the first. Then Marshall County took the lead again. And now it's 3-2.
Off an error by the right fielder, too.
Yep. That is in there for a strike, 2-1.
Flinch on that one.
This is Mason at the plate for the Lady Tigerettes.
This is, what, 2, 3, 4?
This is yes, 2, 3, 4. Mason, Stewart, and Walls coming up for the Tigerettes. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, a little lift on that one.
Here is that 2-2. That's
Fouled
chop
off.
foul. Here's that 2-2 once again. Outside, full count. Hagan trying to avoid the leadoff hitter, reaching once again. Full count pitch. Swung on. That's a tough play over there by Maddie Dollar. Throw to first is not in time. Another infield single. Maddie kind of hesitated. Looked like she might have bobbled the ball in her glove a little bit. And I think that killed the opportunity of getting the runner over there at first base. So Mason over there at first. And I'll bring up Stewart here at the plate. She's 0 for 1 with a ground out. Swung on, driven, out towards left center field. That's going to get down. Lily Lloyd grabs it, throws in. Runner's going to be held up at third base, and it's a second and third, situation here with nobody out for Marshall County. I'll bring up Walls here. She's 0 for 1 with the ground out. Nobody out, and the Tigerettes of Marshall County are threatening here once again in the top of the third. Pitch by Hagan. Swung on over there to Laney Kate King. Run will score. Throw over to first is in time for the out. So now 4-2 is your score in favor of Marshall County. Over to third. Over to third goes Stewart. I'll bring up a shortstop Weiser. And time is called. Yeah, it looks like we're ready now.
I don't know what happened there.
I'm not sure. Here's the first pitch to Weiser. Upstairs, 1-0. That swung foul. You know, Hayden, you were talking about, feels like these games with Marshall County and Lawrence County going to be a little low scoring. This one kind of teetering on maybe a different vibe.
Yeah.
She did go, says the umpire, and that is in there for a strike, and that is a 1-2 count now.
The first time they played this is the, this is the fifth time they played this season now, so.
1-2 pitch. Swung foul. So with that other run added here for Marshall County, like I said, 4-2 lead now for the Lady Tigerettes. So the Lady Cats will have to, I got time call here. Looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner. Number 20, she had a little, what you call those, the little that you put over your neck.
I don't know.
The Hawaiian thing. Yeah. She had that in her back pocket. That's Bird over there at third. That pitch is in there, called strike 3, and Weiser's down on strikes. 2 outs now. That will bring up the first baseman. That's Carly Cole. Swing and miss, strike 1.
Cut.
That pitch hitter.
That's how you wear one.
Exactly. And Cole will make her way down to first base, first and third here with 2 outs. I'll bring up the designated player, Ridley, and she'll make her way down to the third base coach. I'm yawning, so it must be late in the evening.
Yep. Pac-12 games.
West Coast action after dark. That pitch misses for a ball. Like we were talking about earlier, usually in those games some crazy things happen, so it's just a matter of time before something happens here most likely.
I'll tell you what needs to, or who needs to be ready. Maddie needs to be ready because last time Riley was up, she roped one down third.
Yep. Outside, 2-0. And time is called. Head coach Charlie Lloyd will make his way to the pitcher circle. Still got a really good crowd out here.
Yeah, I mean, there's
for a late night. I know it's Friday, so most people don't work tomorrow. So, but still nice to have a really good crowd here late this evening. Coming up on 9:40, and it's gotten a little chilly. I've had to put my little jacket on. I see you got yours on.
Yeah, I finally put it on. I wanted to hold out as much as I could, but.
Here's the 2-0. In there, 2-1. Two ones in the dirt. Gets away from Maldonado, and that will allow the runner Cole over at first base to make her way to second.
Got two in scoring positions for Marshall County.
Some more insurance runs out there for the taking if Marshall County is able to find a way to get them across. 3-1. Ball four. And the bases are loaded, and that'll bring up the pitcher. Catch him.
Oh.
It's number 4, Aaron Ketchum.
Two outs, just need one more for the Lady Cats. That pitch misses upstairs for a ball, 1-0. And Hagan might be getting tired here, Hayden, because she has pitched a lot tonight. I know that she came in and closed that last game, but the pitch count for the night just keeps adding up. That misses for a ball, 2-0. I wonder if Charlie might be thinking about getting Callie back in there, or maybe somebody else. 2-0. Swung on, line drive out towards Lily Lloyd, and she catches it on the line for the third out. Elizabeth Hagan's able to get out of it. 4-2's your score in favor of the Tigerettes of Marshall County. Lady Cats coming up. Let's see if they can answer things. You're watching Lady Cat Softball here on the X Sports Network.
Hey Lawrenceburg, looking for something new? Come to Happy G's, located at 210 East Gaines Street. We have pitching machines, batting cages, and even indoor golf. Powered by TrackMan, our system is perfect for practice or play. With over 300 courses as well as multiple mini games, it is perfect for all ages and abilities. We even offer packages for group events such as birthday parties and business lunches. So let's go. Come get your game on indoors at Happy G's.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
You know, I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time, and nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network. Hayden Burks Alongside myself, I'm Taylor Plott. We're heading to the bottom of the third inning here. 4-2 is your score in favor of Marshall County. Again, this is the winner-take-all game for the district. Both teams will advance into the regions, but this one will obviously determine the district champion and who will be able to host their region. Due up here for your Lady Cats, back to the top of the order with Maddie Dollar, Lady Kate King, and Giselle Maldonado. First pitch to Maddie is in there for a strike, 0-1. Aaron Ketchum still pitching well for Marshall County. Did allow that 2 spot in the bottom of the first, but nothing since. Bunted, that's going to go foul. Maddie just able to find a way on base. That's what she usually does. Let's see if she can do it here. 0-2 is going to be outside, and a little bit of a wild pitch there by Ketchum. That'll bring the count to 1-2. And there's 1-2 pitch. That's going to be upstairs again. Wow. 2-2.
Trying to find.
After some really good pitches by Ketchum, those last two have just been bad.
Yeah. Trying to get Maddie to chase outside or upstairs these last two. Not budging, though.
Not budging. Here's a 2-2 pitch. That's going to be upstairs again, full count.
Oh, she fell behind. 0-2. Now runs it full.
The thing is, I think you're right. They're wanting her to chase, but Ketchum just not being able to. Those pitches were not where they needed to be. That one's where it needed to be, and that's popped up. That's going to get foul, though. And Maddie's staying alive here with another full count pitch upcoming. Full count again. Swung on, line drive, but right towards the shortstop Weiser for the first out. Hit it in play, hit it well, just hit it right at somebody. That is the first out of the inning. That'll bring up Lady Kate King back to the plate. She's 0 for 1 with the sacrifice bunt. First pitch to Laney Kate, swung on, lined. That's going to get down. That's going to get over the left fielder. Let's go to the wall. Laney Kate can run for days. Around second, she's going to be held up there. Well, now she's going to go to third because the ball got away and nobody's covering third, and Laney Kate does take it over there.
And that's how you do it.
That's how you do it. That will end up being a double, though, and that will be a throwing error, and she is at third base.
That's how you run the bases.
Outfielders are playing in once again, and Laney Kate burned them.
So now Giselle is at the plate. She's in prime position. The way she's been hitting today is she's got a hold of literally everything and put it in play. That, I mean, she could easily get an RBI out here and cut this lead down to 1.
Easily. Or, dare we say, maybe hit a jack and tie things up.
Yep. I'm going to say it. 2-run homer. Here we go.
And in the words of Dodgeball, that's a bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them. Let's see if that prediction comes to fruition.
Oh.
Ball 2.
I would say what Pepper said after that, but we're on live air.
We're on live air. That might not be worth it. But if you are interested, just look up on YouTube, Dodgeball, and you'll find it.
Yep. True underdog story.
Swung on, line. That's going to get caught, though, by the right fielder. Tagging is Laney Kate King, and she is in there. Sacrifice fly is good right there in that situation. 2 outs, and it is now a 4-3 ball game.
So she didn't get on, but she did get a sack fly for an RBI, though. So, hey. But now the play is Elizabeth. So, you cut the lead.
Cut the lead down to 1, and I'll bring up Elizabeth Hagan, who
trying to help out her own cause.
Help out her own cause, and she did that in more ways. Multiple ways so far tonight. She also has a homer on the night. That pitch bounces in front of the plate for a ball, 1-0.
I wonder if the pitcher from Marshall County, she's starting to wear down a little bit.
Pitch misses outside. It is a little bit of a unique situation on both fronts here. We're talking about both teams. One, for Lawrence County, this is your third game of the night.
Yes. Marshall's only your second.
It's only your second. That's foul down the line. However, from the Marshall County perspective, and even Lawrence County to some extent, but really Marshall County, second game, okay, that's fine. But usually you don't have a doubleheader where your second game starts at 9 o'clock.
Exactly.
So obviously you're going to have some adrenaline going with the championship game, but it is late, and you usually don't play this late.
Exactly. Really, the only thing, both teams right now are exhausted at this point. Marshall County does have the home field advantage, so that helps in their play. But then again, they're in the top of the order. So
pitches in there for a strike, 2-2. And the other thing is, yes, you have your home field advantage, but we flipped the matchup.
Yep.
Lawrence County is the home team in this, so the Lady Cats will have the final say in this ball game, even though Marshall does have home field. 2-2 pitch, 2 outs. That's going to swing foul. So, yeah, you've got adrenaline going. You've got some worn-out bodies. You're tired.
Final from Baxter is Lawrence County defeated Stowe Memorial 9-5, so they'll move on to play in the region championship game tomorrow. If they win the championship game tomorrow, they'll be the region champs and they'll host a sub-state game. So,
and congratulations to Lawrence County Wildcat baseball. That pitch rolls to the plate, 3-2. So hopefully we can get another win for Lawrence County, and this being the Lady Cats.
Right now we're 2-1 for all of Lawrence County schools.
Full count. That's going to be ball 4. I'll bring up the designated player, Ashlyn Sublett.
We'll have Sarah Morrison come in once again. So we had Lawrence County beat Stowe Memorial just now, 9-5. They'll play tomorrow. I'm not sure who won the Upperman and Tullahoma game. I'm assuming Tullahoma. Let me check that.
You would suspect.
I would suspect Tullahoma won that game. I could be completely wrong, but
2 outs here. Ashlyn Sublett at the plate. Swung on. That's going to get caught over there by the third baseman, Davis. And good throw, or I should say good catch over there. A little bit of a poor throw, but good recovery there by Cole to end things here in the bottom of the third. But it is a good inning for the Lady Cats as they do get one back and make it a one-run ball game. 4-3 now your score in favor of the Tigerettes. You're watching Lawrence County Softball here on the Exports Network.
Since opening our doors in 1904, Builtwell Bank has existed to be the local economic engine for the communities we serve. No matter if you're buying a car, saving for retirement, or finally buying that forever home, Builtwell Bank is here to help. From personal checking and savings accounts to a full suite of business and commercial banking with treasury management services, we'll make sure you'll have a dedicated Builtwell banker that understands your unique needs and stands by you every step of the way. No matter where you are in Tennessee or Northwest Georgia, there's likely a Builtwell Bank location nearby. Come see us and let our dedicated financial team help you with all of your banking needs. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Exports Network. Going fast here in this ball game. And we are already ready here to start things off here in the top of the fourth. Due up for the Tigerettes of Marshall County, 9-1-2 in the lineup. Perryman up to the plate now. She's 0 for 1. First pitch from Hagan. in there for a strike, 0-1. Hagan now ready again, 0-1 pitch. Swung foul.
Fouled.
That's going to be outside.
Not a bad pitch.
Hagan winds, 1-2. Swung on, missed, dropped though by Maldonado, but throw to first is in time. So drop third, strike 2-3 on the putout as the first out of the inning. Now bring things back to the top of the lineup for the Tigerettes.
Well, it was good to get that leadoff hitter out with that because now it brings up Taylor, and she's quick as lightning in the leadoff. She's been unbelievable today.
Absolutely fantastic player she is. She swings that one foul.
I'm going to make a bold prediction and say she's probably going to be the tournament MVP regardless of how this ends up.
I would concur with that. She's, like I said, probably one of the better athletes I've seen.
Yeah. And she's only
play.
sophomore too.
And she's only a sophomore. Just super athletic, very fast. She'll have a bright future ahead of her in softball. That one's up the middle. That is gathered by Laney Kate, but with her speed, there's no chance at getting her. But that does prevent it from getting out into the outfield. So now Taylor is 2 for 3 on the night. And I'll bring up Madison Mason, and she is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, one of them being an infield single.
I'm Giselle again. You know she's going to take off here.
Yep.
So be ready for second. If not, if it's kind of a wild pitch, be ready for third.
Does not go on that one, but that's in there for a strike. I am too. I was watching her all the way, and she did not go.
Expecting her to go and try to get in scoring position.
Which means she'll go now.
Yeah. Calling it. Yep.
And there she goes. Ball in the dirt. There's going to be no play down there at second. Throw in there anyway, but like I said, there would be no play there. So Taylor has another stolen base on the night. And now she is in scoring position.
Watch her take off again, or at least try to.
Swung on, pop out, fly out, I should say, out towards center field and caught out there by Lily Lloyd for the second out. No advance by Taylor.
Been doing a lot of work out there in center.
And I will just reiterate it again. If it weren't for Lily Lloyd on some of these plays that she's had out there, Lawrence County Lady Cats would not be in this position.
No, not at all. Not much to say except that.
They weren't flashy plays, but they were plays that needed to be made.
That had impact. Well, not had, but made an impact on how the other team wasn't able to get runners on.
Swung on. That's going to be stopped by the pitcher, Hagan, but that's going to find no man's land. And with 2 outs, you're going to have runners at first and third. That's going to be an infield single. Nothing Hagan could do about that one. So first and third here with 2 outs. I'll bring up Walls, who's 0 for 2. 4-3 is your score. Lady Cats did get one back in that bottom of the third. And now the Lady Tigerettes of Marshall County are threatening to add to their 4-3 lead. Swung foul. Hayden, I don't know if you know the answer to this, but if you do, when does the regions at pitches? That's going to be a bad play over there by Reagan Frakes. She had it for the third out, and she dropped it. So that's going to allow that fifth run of the ball game to score.
The regions will start Monday.
They will be Monday. That's what I was kind of suspecting.
It's DeKalb County and Upperman are the final two on the other side. Don't know who's winning that. That's going to go through.
That's going to be a single. That's going to allow another run to score. Throw over to third is going to be
taken
in time. Got her off the bag. Wow. So count the run. It is 6-3, and then third out with Walls trying to extend it to third base is caught. What a play over there. We're heading to the bottom of the fourth inning. 5-3 is your score in favor of Marshall County. You're watching Lawrence County Softball here on the Exports Network.
Financial advisor Scott Beasley knows time spent with family is everything. As a founder of Beasley Wealth Management, his mission is to give clients the freedom to enjoy time with family without the burden of financial concerns. A local of Lawrenceburg, Scott deeply values building relationships with clients, ensuring they make informed decisions concerning asset management, tax planning, and retirement planning. Offering a free initial consultation, Beasley Wealth Management helps clients pursue their aspirations with confidence.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the action here at Reese Hambrick Field here at the campus of Marshall County High School. 6-3 your score now in favor of the Tigerettes. But due up here for your Lady Cats will be Callie Brown, Reagan Frakes, and Libby Burks. They'll be trying to get things going for the Lady Cats, get back into this ball game. As Hayden, guess what time it is? It is now
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. So in other words, for sporting events that happen after 10 o'clock, let the craziness begin.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I said the sixth inning, so.
It's getting close. Bottom of the fourth now. Swung on. That's going to be a tough play over by the shortstop. Throw at first, not in time.
All right, got the leadoff runner. That's what you need.
That was a tough play over there by the shortstop, Weiser. She did keep that in front of her, gave her a chance over there at first base, but the speed of Callie was too much.
Took a bad hop, too.
It did take a little bit of a bad hop. That's not an error. That was a tough play out there, so that would be an infield single. So leadoff hitter is on here for the Lady Cats, down 6-3. And I'll bring up the pitcher, Reagan Frakes, 1-for-1 with a single. That pitch is outside for a ball. Reagan has been absolutely fantastic in the three games so far tonight.
I just got information that it was actually DeKalb County and Stowe Memorial, and DeKalb County won that one. So the winner will get Stowe Memorial. They'll host Stowe Memorial, and the loser will have to travel to DeKalb County. So I would rather have a home game.
A lot of moving parts in playoff time.
So the winner gets Stowe Memorial, the loser gets DeKalb County.
Reagan looking at the 1-1 pitch. Swung on. That's going to get towards the second baseman. Flip over to first is in time. Advances the runner, though. Kylie Brown to second base. So 4-3 on the put out. Callie goes down to second, and that will bring up the right fielder, Libby Burks, who's 0-for-1 tonight. But she's also had a good night so far in these first two games. I believe overall, Hayden, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that she's like 3 for 7 or something like that. If that's true, make that 3 for 8 with the RBI single, because here comes a throw home. That's going to be close play, though. And safe is the call.
Wow, that was
Holy cow.
That throw by Taylor out there, that was unreal.
I didn't think that they would have a chance at a play out there, but she just hummed it in.
Ooh.
Wow. She is an absolute fantastic athlete, and she just made a very good play at home that didn't look like there would be one.
So with now that only one out, if Lloyd can get on, we're back to the top.
So another great play there by Libby. She does go to second on the throw. And that pitch is in there for a strike.
That one looked a little high. Up near the shoulders.
Lily also has a good way of finding her way on base. 0-1 pitch. Bunted. That's going to get caught by the third baseman, Davies. There's going to be Davis.
Tough right there.
So Libby's held up there at second, and now that's 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the lineup with Maddie Dollar.
Well, Lady Kate's been having a good game so far, so if Maddie can get on and Lady can put one in play, we can try to cut it back down to one or tie it up.
Make it interesting. That pitch hits.
Hey, there's
Maddie.
One way to get on. Wait, where one? I didn't think it'd be that easy.
Now that does bring up Laney Kate, who's 1 for 2 with a double.
Hey, what we've been talking about, Lawrence County, they've done their damage most of the day with 2 outs. We saw in everything they did in the Tullahoma game.
Oh, yes. I think they only scored 1 run with 1 out. The rest were with 2. Downstairs. That left field gap's wide open again if she wants to poke one out there like she did last time.
Preferably more to the left field side because Taylor, she can make up some ground.
Swing and a miss, hefty cut, but late there. And it's 1-1. That swing was for a homer.
Yeah, that was for the fences.
One pitch. Upstairs, 2-1. Ketchum trying to get out of another jam here with 2 outs. Here's the 2-1 pitch. And that hit Laney Kate. And she swings her bat, flings it over there towards the third base dugout. She makes her way down to first base. And now the bases are loaded, and guess who's coming up? That would be the catcher, Giselle Maldonado, the one who just loves to rake in the RBIs.
Yep. She had a sac fly RBI in right field, her last at bat, so.
Can't have that here with 2 outs.
Hey,
you need to find a hole somewhere.
One swing of the bat, that's all it takes.
Yep, one swing of the bat. We've seen that happen. Maybe she could do it again.
If you put something in play here, there's 1 run.
And you probably tie it up.
Yeah, you tie it up if you get something, get a hold of something.
Crunch time here. Bottom 4. 1 run already in. Here's a pitch. Outside, 1-0. If Maldonado does find a way on base, Elizabeth Hagan is on deck. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be down in the dirt, 2-0. 75 pitches right now for Ketchum. Elizabeth is just 1 behind. She has 74 pitches right now. (6-4) your score in favor of Marshall County, but Lawrence County is threatening. 1 already in. They're looking for more. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be down in the dirt. 3-0.
Oh, snap.
I take a walk.
I know Giselle. She's just wanting to swing at this next pitch.
The thing is, if you're the pitcher, obviously you don't want to walk them because that makes a 1-run ball game. But the girl on deck is just as deadly.
Yeah.
That pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1.
Poison.
Yep. So if Maldonado reaches, say, like via a walk, well, Hagan could just come up and just rope a double. Swung foul. That was a hefty cut by Maldonado, and now the count is full.
Got underneath it.
Runners will be going here with the 3-2 count, 2 outs, bottom 4, 6-4 your ball game in favor of Marshall County. Big pitch upcoming here by Ketchum. She winds and delivers. Swung on. That's going to hit her off the foot. That actually might have saved things for him. Holy cow, what a play. If that did not hit her foot, I think that's up the middle for a base hit, and the game is tied.
Yep.
But it hits Ketchum in the foot. It kills the ball right there and allows for a 1-3 put out to end things in the bottom of the 4th. Lady Cats do get one across. 6-4 is your score as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Marshall County Tigerettes are coming up. You're watching Lawrence County Softball here on the Exports Network.
Hey, this is Phil Hooper. Get the look you want for your favorite school, church, or business with apparel from HD Ink Screen Printing in Leoma, Tennessee. Got a logo you need embroidered or screen printed? Let HD Ink give you the professional look that sets the bar in today's world. We do fundraisers and custom designed apparel and so much more. Call today, 931-201-2961, or come see us at our new shop located at 26 Ingram Road in Leoma. Remember, HD Ink for the look you want and the look you deserve.
What really matters during the ball game, we're at that point in the season where some are just beginning, some have already ended, and others are at that point where it's either win or go home. Depending on what your perspective is, it changes everything, doesn't it? In 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 18, we're reminded we don't look at the things that are seen, but at the things that are unseen. For the things that are seen are temporary, but the things that are unseen are eternal. Keep your focus, keep your perspective on the right things, the things of God, the eternal things. And that message brought to you by your friends at the Leoma Church of Christ.
Welcome back to the Exports Network, everybody. Taylor Plott here alongside Hayden Burks. We're heading to the top of the 5th inning as we are well past now the 10 o'clock hour. Say well past the beginning of the 10 o'clock hour. Ground ball over towards Laney Kate. Good pick over there by Reagan Frakes. That is 1 pitch, 1 out to start things here in the 5th.
I've never seen you throwing it back to the pitcher. That went in the left field. Callie had to track that one down.
Well, you know what we say. Anything past 10 p.m. sports-wise, it's kind of the witching hour at that point.
6th inning, baby. I'm calling it.
We're getting close. There is some little craziness that have happened. Could be a little teaser of what's to come. That pitch. Did he call a strike on that one? I can't tell. That was a ball. That is 1-0. This is Ridley at the plate. It's 6-7-8 to start things off here in the 5th. That does miss as well, 2-0. We were talking in between innings, Hayden, going back to that play that was off the Ketchum's foot. That pitch is in there for a strike. That one, if that did not hit her foot, it's going to go up the middle. It's going to go into center field. You're scoring 1. I'll make it 6-5, but there is that question mark with Taylor's arm in center field, which is very impressive.
Yeah.
Because she made a throw that I thought that wasn't even going to be able to be made. As that pitch is foul. She made it close, so who's to say that that there might have been a third out at home plate?
Exactly.
As that throw from left field looks like that caught Laney Kate in the head. So it is still 6-4. That hit off of Ketchum's foot did save runs, it seemed like. That pitch misses way outside, and it runs the count full. Still, Hayden feels like anybody's ball game. Even when Marshall County went up by 3 there, the largest lead of the game, it still felt like it was anybody's game.
There's runs being put on the board.
That pitch misses down for a ball, and that's a one-out walk. So Ridley makes her way down to first base, and that will bring up the pitcher, Ketchum.
Elizabeth, she's just going to have to hang in there. I know she's exhausted.
Yep. She's finding way out.
Yeah, she's finding her way out because defense is backing her up.
Yep. I know that there's obviously 6 runs on the board, but, hey, your offense is up there too. It's only a 2-run game. But, yeah, your defense is helping you when they're able to. Most of the plays so far for Marshall County have not been like bad defensive plays. They just found holes out there to exploit. That pitch misses for a ball, 1-0. There are 2 errors so far for Marshall County. Swung on, popped up, out into center field, shallow center. Lily Lloyd's underneath it for the second out.
See, that's what's helping Elizabeth keeping this close because, I know she's exhausted right now, and her defense has been backing her up all day.
Lawrence County does have 3 errors, but those errors haven't been like extremely costly. I think there's only been like 1 or 2 runs that were allowed on the air. Ground ball to Bella Grace Walker, and just like that, that's the end of the top of the 5th inning. Score still 6-4 in favor of Marshall County, but Lawrence County Lady Cats are coming up here in the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Lawrence County Softball here on the Exports Network.
For the best meal from south of the border, head to Cocina Real and Puente Grande for lunch and dinner. With a wide array of mouth-watering entrees, there's something for everyone on the menu. And you can't forget the cheese dip. They'll treat you like family, and you'll never leave hungry. Make Cocina Real Mexican Restaurant and Puente Grande Mexican Restaurant your choice for authentic cuisine, located in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee.
Old School Rentals in Loretto, Tennessee is your headquarters for all your rental equipment needs. Are you in need of a trailer? How about a saw, tools, loaders, or even generator? Now meeting all your propane needs as well. You can find everything you need to complete your project and much more down at Old School Rentals in Loretto. Go by and let owner Ryan Smith help you today. That's Old School Rentals on North Main Street in Loretto, Tennessee.
Welcome back to the Exports Network. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th inning here. Lawrence County down by 2. Due up 4, 5, 6 spots in the lineup. That's Hagan, Sublett, and Brown. Hagan technically has not had an at-bat yet because she's walked both times. Another walk would be beneficial here to get the leadoff hitter on. Ketchum still in there in the pitcher circle for Marshall County Tigerettes. First pitch to Hagan. Swung on. That's going to get up the middle and through for a single. And Hagan's now 1 for 1. She's been on base all 3 times tonight. And she is definitely trying to help herself out the best that she can.
Morrison's going to come off and be a courtesy run. It was what I was saying during the break, Taylor, for this in the bottom of the 5th. Hagan with the leadoff runner that she's going to be, well, she has to get on, and she just did that 1 pitch, 1 swing. We got one on, and I just noticed this on the scoreboard. That's the first time tonight that, in this game, Marshall County hasn't put up a run.
You're exactly right. 1-2, 1-2 is on the scoreboard, and then a 0. Swung on, popped. That's going to be a tough play out there in right field. That's going to get down. That's going to allow, I believe that's, is that Sarah Morrison that
Sarah
ran?
Morrison, yep.
So she's down there at second now.
She had good awareness there to make sure. So, over in right field again, another
I tell you,
crucial mishap there. So Kelly has a chance to do some damage. I mean, this right here, this is the spot.
And now we're going to have Aubrey Dollar.
No, that's not Aubrey. That's Bella Grace.
That's Bella Grace. Yep, you're right. That's a 5 instead of a 2.
Just flipped it.
Yeah.
2 and 5, they look the same.
especially from our vantage point.
Yeah.
So Bella Grace is over there at first base now, and head coach Charlie Lloyd's going to have a word with Callie. Crucial spot here. Lady Cats have had good positions before, and they've come through. They've scored runs when they've needed to.
Down here, I'm telling you. This is the
good bunt territory, yes.
This is what it's all about right here.
Small ball. Callie 1 for 2 with a single.
She showed.
That's going to get down to dirt. Sarah did have a very large lead over there between second and third, but no throw over.
You know what we haven't had this game yet, Taylor?
What's that?
The smoke from the hamburgers. I think they're done cooking.
I'm kind of missing the hamburgers right now. I think it's about time for a second dinner. Bunted. Great bunt. Pitcher throws to first. Out. But that moves the runners over. Yep. Good sacrifice bunt by Callie Brown.
So now you bring Reagan up to the plate.
And Reagan's 1 for 2 with a single.
She had that shot.
That was that single.
Yeah.
And then she ended up getting thrown out trying to make it into a double.
But boy, ooh. She was close to
She was very
sending
close.
it out of here.
Very close. Maybe she can do that here. Pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Tying run now in scoring position over there at second base. That's Bella Grace Walker. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be in the dirt. 1-1. Looks like that was a changeup by Ketchum that just didn't reach the plate. Swung on. That's going to get through. That's going to score a 1. Charlie Lloyd is holding up Bella Grace Walker. Smart decision over there as a one-run ball game. Good piece of hitting there by Reagan Frakes. RBI single. That will bring home the 5th run of the ball game for the Lady Cats. And over to third base will be Bella Grace Walker.
I think we're going to have another curse. I think it's going to be Dollar for Frakes.
Yep. That's exactly who that is.
Yeah.
So Aubrey Dollar will be over there at first base. First and third here, 1 out. Tying run 60 feet away. And Libby Burke's at the plate, and she has had a great night so far. I believe what we're talking about, she's about like 4 for 8,
yeah.
I think, tonight.
She had an RBI double up the middle her last at bat, too. So
yep.
Big spot here. We're going to have coaches meeting. I don't know if they'll make the change.
She's pointing to somebody. She's got the lineup card.
Getting ready.
Somebody's getting ready.
So I think we're going to have a lineup change or a pitching change. Yep, she's coming back in, the pitcher from last game. It's Nunley, I believe. Is that her name, Nunley?
I believe so.
Yep, so she's coming in.
We'll find out who else comes off the field. That is Nunley coming in, so she will be pitching.
I think they're moving the girl out from right. She'll go to the dugout, and then who was the pitcher for Marshall? I don't have the lineup in front of me.
Pitcher was Ketchum.
Yeah, Ketchum. So she'll move out to right. So they're getting her warmed up now.
It looks like that's what they're going to do. So we'll sort things out here. We'll take a quick break. Back here in the bottom of the 5th, 1 run across. Lawrence County threatening for more. 6-5, your score in favor of Marshall County. You're watching Lady Cat Softball here on the Exports Network.
There are now more ways to save at Quick Mart. Become a Quick Club member and easily earn rewards on qualifying purchases at Quick Mart convenience stores using the Quick Club app. Available on the Apple App Store and Google Play. To save on fuel for work, use the Fuel Rewards Pro app to earn 5 cents a gallon on work fill-ups and redeem the savings for yourself. To get started, visit fuelrewards.com/pro or download the app in the Apple App Store and Google Play.
Welcome back to Exports Network. First and third here, one out, and that looks like, Hayden, that was the only switch they did. So Ketchum comes in to pitch and then, to go from the pitcher to the right field spot. And then Nunley, who pitched the last game, is coming in. And Perryman, who was out in right field, is to the dugout.
It's kind of like what Lawrence County did the last game where they had Callie Brown on the mound and then they had Elizabeth to close it out. So then again, Lawrenceburg does have the final say. They're in the bottom of the order this time. So
they are the home team. Because there was a game 2, they have to flip. So even though Marshall County has home field advantage here, they are the visiting team. So yes, like what Hayden said, Lady Cats will have the final say regardless of what happens.
Then again, going into the tournament too, Marshall County was the 5th seed and Lawrenceburg was the 2nd seed, but Marshall went on an incredible run during the tournament where they went undefeated all the way up to last game, and so Lawrence County they had to knock off Marshall twice.
Yeah.
And they're trying to knock on the door and do that and win the district championship here.
First pitch to Libby Burks is in there for a strike. First and third, one out. Over at third base is Bella Grace Walker. She represents the tying run. Go-ahead run is over there at first base, which is Aubrey Dollar, who is pinch running for Reagan Frakes. Swung on. That's going to be a fair ball. Throw over to first is going to be in time. And that is somewhat of a productive out-ish. Yeah. I'm not sure. They did get the runner to second. Probably hoping for more there, but you didn't get it. 5-3 on the put out. So Bella Grace stays over there at third base, but Aubrey Dollar does move to second. So 2 in scoring position here, and now we'll have a pinch hitter. This is going to be Lovell. Audrey Lovell coming to the plate. After her will be the top of the lineup.
Just got a correction. Hadley's over at second. It's not Aubrey.
Hadley is over at second. All right, thank you for the correction.
They got the similar helmets. That's why it's throwing us all off here. Of course, we're all out sorts too.
It's 10:25.
Yeah.
Anything goes at this point.
Hey, if you want to talk about a big spot here, Lovell came in. She made a big play.
She did.
For a double. And
let's see if she can do it again. Tying run 60 feet away. Go ahead and run 120 feet away. I can still do math here at 10:25 p.m. Swung on. That's going to be a tough play over there at short. Throw over to first is not in time. And the game is tied.
She's coming in at the biggest moments.
Thing was, the home plate umpire was in the way of the second base umpire. I could not see his call. I just had to hear the fan reaction and the player's reaction.
Get put down, and I was thinking, yep, she's safe.
Hustle play out there by Audrey Lovell, and she'll get pinch run. That's going to be Lily over there.
So now back up to the top.
Back up to the top. 6-6 is your ball game. Tied up once again. First and third, 2 outs. Maddie Dollar coming up to the plate, 1 for 2 tonight with a single, line drive out, and she was hit by a pitch. Here's the first pitch to her. Bunt shown, taken back. That's for a ball. And down to second goes Lily. That's going to be defensive indifference for no throw down there. Just let her take second.
Well, if you want to talk about shifting momentum, you just did it.
You did. 2-0 now.
Of course, then again, it felt like both teams were just waiting for somebody to break through, and now like Loretta, Lawrence County. Boy, that's a boo-boo.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I'm new here. I even know that's a no-no.
Hey, I'm used to every team, so I'm allowed to slip up every now and then.
Bunted back to the pitcher. Throw over to first is going to get away. That's going to allow the go-ahead run to score. Another run coming across over to third base is going to be Maddie Dollar. And we'll talk about the craziness. What do we say? Once we get past 10 p.m., let the craziness happen.
I said the 6th inning, but I'll take the 5th inning.
Holy cow.
Now we said that the momentum looked like it was laying to Lawrence County. It definitely is now.
Maddie all the way to third base. 8-6 is your score in favor of the Lady Cats. Craziness ensuing here in Marshall County. Still 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Still a lot of ball game left to play. Here's the pitch to Lady Kate King. That's going to be caught out there by the third baseman Davis. With that ends things here. Another productive inning for your Lady Cats. It is now 8-6 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Still a lot of game to be played. Let's see how this thing plays out. You're watching Lady Cat Softball here on the Exports Network.
Hey everyone, this is Landon Saunders.
And this is Nate Patterson with Cloud9 Fiber.
We're excited to finally be able to offer Lawrenceburg our blazing fast, reliable, and affordable fiber internet services.
If you're looking for a more reliable and more affordable provider, we at Cloud9 Fiber have you covered.
Plans start at $50 a month, and we can offer up to a gigabit to your home or business.
We are excited to be able to offer your first month of service entirely free. We encourage you to sign up on cloud9fiber.com or by calling 931-201-9098 so we can help you make the switch today.
Welcome back to the Exports Network alongside Hayden Burks. I'm Taylor Plott. The witching hour, 10:30 now. That's where craziness starts to ensue with any sports event that happens after dark.
Look, top of the 6th. I said it. Top of the 6th is going to be the craziest inning.
Well, I hope it's crazy in our favor, but we'll see. First pitch, top of the order. Here's Taylor. That pitch is inside for a ball, 1-0.
She's got a 2-run insurance now. You gotta hang in there for this one and then the top of the 7th.
That's gonna be outside, 2-0. Yeah, top of the lineup here for Marshall County, 1, 2, 3. So like Hayden said, just get through this because once you get to the 7th, you're not dealing with that top of the lineup anymore. Just misses 3-0.
Throw something down the pipe here. Looks like a little shift in the outfield. Burks looks like she's more towards center.
Yeah, big shift out there I see now. So wide open over there in right field.
If Taylor puts one over there.
That might be an inside the Parker.
Yeah, because with her speed. Definitely third.
I'll say this, the way that Libby is over there, if she ropes one down the right field line, that is an inside the park home run.
Yes.
3-1 pitch. Outside. Ball 4. And Taylor's on to lead things off, and head coach Charlie Lloyd will be calling time, and he'll make his way out to the mound. I'm not sure if they're just going to talk things over.
They're talking it over because I don't see Callie making any gesture of come. Oh, nope, they are.
They are. So Callie Brown will be coming in to try to finish things off here. A great ball game so far by Elizabeth Hagan. Yes, she gave up 6 runs, but she also helped herself out in the batting category. So we have a pitching change here. Callie Brown coming on to try to finish things off here for the Lady Cats. We're going to take a quick break here. You're watching the Lady Cats here on the Exports Network.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
Welcome back to the Exports Network. A little bit of a change defensively. We do have Callie Brown coming in to pitch, and looks like Sarah Morrison will switch with Libby Burks from left to right.
So they're just switching out. Libby's going to go over to left, and Sarah's going to right.
So the defensive alignment right now, Brown pitching, Maldonado is catching, no change in the infield. Dollar at third, Laney Kate King at short, Bella Grace at second, and Reagan Frakes at first. Out in the outfield, that's the change now. Libby Burks is in left, Lily still in center, and Sarah Morrison comes in and will be playing right field. Oh, here comes another yard.
Uh-oh, that's not good. So I'm trying to get information when the last time Lawrence County won the district tournament.
We do know, we talked about this earlier, that's the first time they'll be in regions since 2017.
So you check that box today.
Right. But now what about a district championship? That's going to be the second question. Still a long way to go here. Top six, nobody out. Taylor over there at first. She'll probably be going here, and she is. Throw down to second. That's going to be close, but not in time.
Oh, just
that's going to be that's the best effort so far by Maldonado. Good throw down there.
Because she knew.
Yep, she knew she was going. So Taylor is in there with another stolen base. That is the not tying run, I should say. For a second, I thought it was a tying run, but that is
runs at the plate.
Tying runs at the plate, and that's in the form of Madison Mason. Bunted, popped, tough play. Brown over to first. That's going to allow Taylor to come home and score, but they get on the base. I guess they weren't seeing. I don't know if that would have been a play at first anyway, but it is now an 8-7 ball game. So Taylor comes in to score the seventh run. Sorry, Hayden.
Nothing. I was like, well.
Yeah.
Back and forth.
Pitch misses downstairs for a ball. This is the third place hitter, Stewart. Tying run now at first base. Still nobody out here in the top of the sixth. Again, like we've mentioned tonight, Marshall County is the visiting team in this game. That's popped up out into almost no man's land, but it is caught out there by Libby Burks. Good play as the first out of the inning. Since Marshall County is the visiting team, that means that Lawrence County Lady Wildcats will have the final say in this ball game in the bottom of the seventh.
If we need it.
If it's needed, exactly.
Telling you, sixth inning. This is going to be a good one.
Throw down to second.
Oh, man.
That's a little off the bag.
Throw was there.
Throw was there, just a little off. So Mason's down to second base now. That's the tying run. That's in there for a strike. Good pitch by Callie. As 1-1. Swung on. That's going to go foul. I'll bring the count to 1-2.
Big pitch here when they won those 8 strikeouts from last game.
We need that type of Callie Brown to lock in right now. Let's see if what happens. 1-2 pitch. That's going to be upstairs, 2-2. Not a bad pitch right there.
Make her go after it.
Walls is 0 for 3, 2 ground outs. And time is called. 2-2. That's going to be upstairs, full count. If Walls reaches, it will be the shortstop, Weiser. Callie ready, winds, and the full count. Swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Big strikeout.
Big strikeout there, exactly. Second out of the inning. That will bring up Weiser, who's 1 for 3 with a single. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Weiser.
I think she's starting to find it now, too, here, Taylor.
Callie locking in. Huge situation here. Tying run over at second base. Swing and miss. Strike 2.
Now you're up way ahead. Make her go after something.
Callie, 1 strike away from sending us to the bottom half of the inning. Misses. And the 1-2. That's going to be pop foul. Due up in the bottom half of the 6th inning, it will be the 3, 4, 5 spots for the Lady Cats. Maldonado will see what happens in Hagen's spot. That pitch misses for a ball. I would imagine it will probably end up being Sarah Morrison, but we'll see.
Oh.
I'm not sure how that's going to play out, but after Hagen will be Sublet. In there, called, strike 3. We're heading to the bottom half of the inning. Lady Cats still holding on to that 1-run lead. 8-7 is your score. Championship ball game here at the Exports Network.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
The Summit of Lawrenceburg is the premier senior and assisted living community in the region. The Summit makes it home for you or your loved one with diverse suites that welcome and encourage community, plus gathering spaces, neighborhoods, daily activities, and a wonderful staff that supports you every day.
Hi, I'm Tara Blue. I'm the new director of the Summit, and we would like to invite you and your family to come and tour our facility. We would love to see you here.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network District Championship game here. Winner take all. We're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lady Cats still hold on to that 8-7 lead. And we do have our answer to the Elizabeth Hagen question. She is on the on-deck circle, or in the on-deck circle, so she will be batting next. Maldonado, Hagen, and then Sublet. 3, 4, 5 spots in the lineup. Heart of the lineup here for the Lady Cats. As we head to the top of the 7th, regardless of what the score is, you will have the bottom part of the lineup for Marshall County with Cole, Ridley, and Ketchum.
Just got to put some runners on. That's the name of the game right here.
Insurance is preferable.
Leadoff is needed.
Leadoff is needed. First pitch. Floater in there for a ball. Look like maybe like a changeup or something. 1-0. Outside, 2-0. That 2-0 pitch inside, 3-0.
All right, 3-0 here. She's going to sit and watch this one go by.
Maldonado been quiet this game so far. Again, she was the hero of the Tullahoma game.
She can make a case, too, as well for being district MVP.
Yeah. She has had a sacrifice fly, so she does have an RBI tonight. That pitch is in there for a strike, 3-1, but she is struck out looking, had that sac fly, and also had a ground out, so she's 0 for 3. Excuse me, 0 for 2. There's a base hit. So she is in the hit column now. And leadoff is on.
So that's going to be, that's Audrey Dollar.
That's Audrey making her way to first base. And Elizabeth Hagan is coming up to the plate here.
All right. We've seen a 3-run home run in the first game. We saw a 2-run home run in the second game. We're due for another home run.
Be preferable. Make it a 3-run ball game. Nobody out here, bottom 6. Swung on. That's going to get through for a base hit. Dollar moves to second base. Back-to-back hits to start things off here in the 6th. I'll bring up the designated player, Ashlyn Sublett.
Sarah Morrison's going to be over at first now. She's going to come in. Sorry. Getting ahead of you there.
No, you're good. Definitely want to call those out because sometimes I'll miss them and I'll look up and they're on base. I didn't know it. So Sarah making her way down to first base. So you got Aubrey Dollar at second.
He looked like she was hobbling a little bit, head back to the dugout. I'm not sure what happened. Doesn't look like it's anything crazy, but just then again, I mean, you played 3 games already.
Even though it's a little cool outside, you might end up getting a little cramp action with all the games you played.
Yep. She's been on the mound, too, the whole day. So.
Yep. So Ashlyn's coming up to the plate here. Nobody out. She's 0 for 3. First pitch to her. Outside, 1-0. Here's a 1-0. Upstairs, 2-0. That's going to be in there for a strike. 2-1 by Nunley.
Had to put something down the pipe.
Here comes the 2-1. Bunt shown. Bunted. Great bunt. Over there. First base. Throw to second is in time. Good play.
Did her job. Did her job. Now it's up to Callie to help out her own calls on the mound. Try to bring a run in, if not 2.
So Morrison goes down to second. Over to third is Aubrey Dollar. And at the plate now is Callie Brown, who's 1 for 2. She's now the pitcher, so she's going to try to help herself out here, get some insurance as we head into the 7th. First pitch to her is in there for a strike. Maybe a little generous call there, right on the corner maybe. So Nunley ahead here to Callie. Here's the 0-1. Swung on line drive. That's going to get down. It's going to score Aubrey Dollar. And held up at third base is Sarah Morrison. There's some insurance. Right on a second is not in time. So now you got 2 runners back in scoring position with 1 out.
All right, you're back to 2. Callie helping out her own cause.
So Reagan Frakes now at the plate. Looks like, was that a pinch runner?
Yes, that is Walker again out there.
So Bella Grace is back out there at second.
That's Victoria.
Oh, it's Victoria.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm looking at the helmet. Bella Grace had that same helmet on, but looking on the screen, it's number 14.
So Hurd over there at second. More insurance possibly out there for the Lady Cats. 9-7 right now is your score. Pitch to Frakes in the dirt. Lady Cats looking for the ultimate icing on the cake in this district tournament, and that is the district championship itself. 1-0. Swung on. That's going to be popped out towards center field. Taylor's underneath it. Here comes a throw. Here comes a play at the plate. It's going to be close. Safe. Runner goes to third. 10-7, your ball game.
Yep. It was another great throw by Taylor, but it was a little offline, so Reagan doing her part once again, and now it's 10-7.
So 2 outs now, 3-run lead, and Libby Burks is stepping up to the plate. She is 1 for 3. Another crucial insurance run over there at third base. First pitch to Libby. Floater upstairs, 1-0. Libby looking to go 2 for 4. Pitch misses, 2-0. If you got an answer, time called, if you got an answer on that last district championship question.
That's what I'm literally looking up right now.
If anybody watching knows the answer to that,
please let us know.
Yeah, please let us know. Comment section.
I've tried to get a hold of my resources, but haven't gotten a response yet.
I would give you my phone number, but problem is it's 10:50 at night, and a lot of craziness happens after 10 o'clock. I'm not going to give you my phone number.
Well, that you don't want people blowing you up about what the weather's going to be like.
That's what Facebook is for. If you have weather questions or anything, just hit me up on Facebook.
Yeah. Don't blow him up.
That will be at meteorologist Taylor Plott. Don't blow me up if you can, please. That pitch misses 2-0.
3-0.
3-0, sorry. Scoreboard's wrong again. It's 3-0. But, yeah, still trying to figure out that question when the last district championship was for the Lady Cats. The last region, we have the answer to that. We knew that coming in. Was 8 years ago in 2017, so that has already been punched. That pitch is in there for a strike. Ball gets away. Play at the plate.
Safe.
Throw was a little high, not on the plate, and there's more insurance. So a wild pitch scores the 11th run of the ball game. 4-run lead for the Lady Cats. I guess you could say the craziness did ensue in the 6th.
I'm telling you, I called it. 6th inning.
Swung on, chopper, shortstop, throw over to first, in time. And we head to the top of the 7th. Lady Cats 3 outs away from becoming district champions. Marshall County has to score 4 to tie, 5 to take the lead. You're watching Lady Cats softball here on the X Sports Network.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.
Welcome back to the X Sports Network. Taylor Plott here alongside Hayden Burks. 3 outs away for your Lady Cats to be claimed as district champions. From what we know, correct us if we're wrong, but it seems like we've been told
I just got a text from, shout out to Ben Gooch. They said 2019 they were the district champions.
So then would that mean the region was actually sooner than what we thought?
Yeah, sooner than later, yeah.
So we'll go with that. So this is the first time potentially since 2019 Lady Cats could be crowned district champions, and that would be a nice piece of icing to the cake on an evening like we've had. Pop up, out, called. Lily Lloyd calls off Lady Kate King first
scared.
out of the inning. That was a little iffy out there. But once again, Lily coming through with a really nice play. So that will bring up the designated player Ridley, who is 1 for 1. She has a single and has walked twice. That single was a line drive down the left field line. Lady Cats 2 outs away from being crowned champions of the district. Swung on, popped into center field. Lily's underneath it again, and there's out number 2. And now the right fielder now, Ketchum. She was the pitcher today, and she's moved to right field. Lawrence County fans standing up, cheering on the Lady Cats. Pitch misses low. (1-0) in there for strike. 1-1. Callie got the pitch selection. 1-1 pitch upstairs. 2-1.
Yeah, so I'm getting crazy information about when the last time they won, so everything's kind of
all
over the place. So
we'll find out eventually.
We'll figure it out. It's just so hard to find information these days.
That's up and in. 3-1. Wouldn't hurt you to walk somebody, but you don't want to, extend the game if you can help it. 2 outs. 1 out away from a district championship. Callie winds. 3-1. Swing and miss. Strike 2. 1 strike away. Lady Cat fans standing up, cheering on. Full count pitch. Swung foul.
They're ready.
Of course, this would not be it for Marshall County either. Both teams here will make it to the regions. Lawrence County wanting to clinch the district championship. 1 strike away, 2 outs. 3-2 pitch. Callie winds, delivers downstairs, ball 4. So Ketchum makes her way down to first base. And now this will be number 16, Nunley, coming up to the plate. She is subbed in as the pitcher. Callie winds, delivers upstairs, 1-0.
Those some strikes.
Let your defense work. Got a big lead. 1-0. In there, 1-1. Callie getting the pitch selection. She's ready. 1-1 pitch to Nunley. Swing and a miss. Strike two, and the Lady Cats are now, once again, one strike away.
Make her go after something.
Everybody getting behind Callie and the Lady Cats. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike three. And your Lawrence County Lady Cats are district champions. What started out as a day where you just wanted to win the first game to punch your ticket to the regions has turned into a 3-0 sweep of the night and a district championship and a hosting seed for your regions. Hayden, I know this has a little more emphasis for you because your cousin's out there enjoying this win. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's it's pretty cool to see it from this side of things. Like I said, it's a long time for Lawrence County to come up with not only the region, because like we said, that was the number one goal, was to win the first game and get to region. And after that, it's just have fun and go out there. And, you know, they played 3 games today. They were here since 3 o'clock ready to play. They had their first game at 4, and then they had to play 2 more. They had to beat Marshall County twice, and they came in here at Marshall County, and they're going home with a district championship and going to host the first round of the region. So super proud of these girls, and I'm looking forward to be back at Jim Chance Field one more time.
It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I like what you meant, you know, starting off the day, just win one, punch your ticket, and everything else has just been icing on the cake, especially as we have the district champions, Lawrence County Lady Cats now.
So we're going to
have the presentation.
Yeah.
Before they do that, let me run through some stats real quick. We'll start things off with,
look at old Charlie out there.
He's out there having a great time. They deserve it. They deserve all this.
Shout out to Coach Lloyd, first year being the head coach too. You know, coming into this program, taking in what he had. Got a really young team, got a really good team as well. Was the second seed, and hey, they're going in as district champs once again, first time in a long time.
So let's go through some numbers real quick, then we'll have the presentation. Starting for Marshall County, they were the visitors in this game. Like I mentioned, they did a flip because we had to force game 2. Ketchum did start for Marshall County. She went 4 1/3. She gave up 7 runs. 3 of them were earned because there were a pretty good amount of errors for actually both sides in this game. She struck out 1, gave up 7 hits, and walked 2. Nunley, who pitched the first game, came in. She pitched an inning and 2/3, gave up 4 runs. 3 of them were earned, did not strike anybody out, and allowed 4 hits. For your Lady Cats, Elizabeth Hagan started the game. She went 5 innings, allowed 7 runs. 4 of them were earned, 2 strikeouts, 9 hits, and 3 walks. And Callie Brown came in to close things out. She had 2 innings. She allowed no runs, struck out 3, allowed no hits, and walked 1. So like Hayden said, regions will start on Monday. I don't think we know any matchups yet.
They'll play Stone Memorial.
We do know matchups.
Host Stone Memorial, yes. So I do, and I want to bring this up too. It looks like they're not going to do a presentation. They're just going to give out the awards. I think everybody's just ready to get out of here. It looks like.
Yeah, because that last out came with like 10:58 on the clock.
So it's past the 11 o'clock hour. But then again, I will say this: I don't know if this has ever been done before for Lawrence County, but this is the first time. I guess it's the first time both the baseball and softball teams have won the district championship in the same year. So that's a pretty cool moment for all of Lawrence County if you look at it from that point of view. And so Pretty special moment here for if you're a Wildcat fan. It's a cool moment. That's all I gotta say. It's been a long day, 3 games, and I'm just ready to go home and glad to go home with some hardware.
It's like head coach Lloyd's coming over here and looks like he's going to say some words maybe.
Looks like Coach Lloyd's going to make the presentation.
Yep. And there it is. There it is. There's the plaque. Everybody cheering and just embracing this moment here. It's been a long time coming for the Lawrence County Lady Cats back in the regions. But not only that, they sweep the night 3-0. Got back-to-back wins against Marshall County to finish things off and clinch the district championship and host the region like Hayden said as we get into Monday.
I'm going to say one last thing, and this is a disclaimer. Don't do anything stupid with that plaque like we did when I was in high school, where we literally broke the plaque in the locker room.
Protect the plaque.
Protect the plaque. Don't be dumb like a high schooler I was.
Exactly. They're getting their picture taken over there at home plate. And I'll say this. I know I'm the new guy here, but a lot of the ball games that I've covered so far for Exports this year have been with your Lawrence County Lady Cats. I am proud of these ladies. I've seen them fight tooth and nail in games that they just couldn't get the last run across, couldn't finish things, and heartbreaking losses, and then coming back with just amazing wins. And they just keep fighting. They never give up, and I'm super proud of them. I'm happy that they're able to get this district championship, and hopefully this isn't the end of the road for them. Maybe they can get through districts and to regions and just make a run.
Well, hey, look, this season is already just a great season. So then again, just a special moment for all these girls. Like I said, I've watched this group the past 3 years. It's fun to watch, especially how they got put out last year, the way it just came down to just a heartbreaker of how it ended up last year. So good redemption story, and good for these 6 seniors to have that moment together.
Yep, super happy, super proud of these Lady Cats. Again, came in here, just needed one win to punch their ticket to the district, but they said, you know what? Forget that. We're going to win all 3 games tonight and crown ourselves district champions. And that's just absolutely fantastic. Any final words, Hayden, before we toss things out of here? It is a late night.
Famous last words, Cats by 90.
Cats by 90. And we'll end it right there. Again, to recap things, Lawrence County, your district champions, they're moving on to the regions. They'll host on Monday, weather permitting. I have to keep a close eye on the forecast, but enjoyed this win tonight. 11-7 was your final score in favor of the Lady Cats. For Hayden Burks, I'm Taylor Plott. Have a fantastic Friday evening. Have a great Mother's Day weekend. And again, enjoy this district championship for your Lawrence County Lady Cats.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network.